Now, my friends of Primary 6, you remember I promised you that I will come back. I'm right back here. I am Saddam. Now, today, I have to first tell you something before we go ahead. I want to talk about something called sharing. Do you share? Whom do you share with? Sharing is a good aspect of life because God created us, first of all, to take care of His creatures. And part of the creatures are people. Even you have animals, plants, birds, and many others. But now I'm specifically talking about people. You know, sometimes you might have a lot, and you find that since you have a lot, some of it is wasted. Now, instead of wasting something, you donate to the person who is not having that thing. When you donate, that will be a good thing. God will bless you. You will have very many friends. Okay? Like when you find that you have very many clothes, some of them don't use them, tell mommy, let's take this to Sanyu baby's home, or let's take this to the mosque or to the church, because these leaders know those people who need them. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. We have to share with our friends, because when you share, you make someone have a smile. You know what it means to make someone have a smile? Don't take it for granted. Now, my friends, I left you with an activity that you have to first deal with. Very quickly, I know you are ready. You are already ready. Not so? So, let's go through the activity. Question number 1. Which was the only burnt kingdom in Kenya? Yes, Wanga Kingdom, correct. Question number 2. Which group of people formed the Wanga Kingdom? This way, the Luya people. You can say Abaluya, it's also fine. Question number 3. What title was given to the kings of Wanga? Nabong. Nabong. Question number 4. Why did the Wanga Kingdom decline? Wanga Kingdom had a weak leader who was overtaken by the British. Simple. Number 5. Name the king of Karagwe who welcomed John Speak and James Grant. That was King Rumanika. Lastly, how did James Grant benefit from King Rumanika? 1. He cared for him when he was sick. He provided hospitality to King Rumanika. He cared for him when he was sick. Now, do I have anyone who has passed everything? That is great. Now, what are we going to deal with today? Today we are going to handle those communities that did not form kingdoms in East Africa. There are these communities that never vested all powers into one individual. For them, they distributed the powers into a council of elders or into a group of people. And these were known as centralized societies. Remember, when we are dealing with political organization, we simply deal with how people governed, how people led, how people ruled themselves. Are we there? Now, there are people who used centralized system, where all powers belong to an individual, or they had one identical leader. But there are also communities that had a group of people ruling the others, and they are the ones we call decentralized states. So what do we mean by decentralized states? Decentralized states, simply these were the states where these were the states where power was given to a group of elders instead of one person. They would give powers to a group, not an individual, like you would see the Nabongo or you would see the Kavaka. For them, they had a group of people whom they trusted with their power. Are we there? Now, so why did these societies decide to take that way? Or in other words, why didn't these tribes form kingdoms? Why weren't they like the other kingdoms or tribes that formed? They had reasons, and one was they were not united. They were disunited. Now, other communities in East Africa, specifically in Uganda, where powers were distributed among a certain group of people, we had the Iteso, the Itesites, or the Iteso, we had the Achol, we also had the Bachiga. We had the Bachiga, and in Kenya we had the likes of the Nandi, the Masai, the Goose, and even in Tanzania we had the Chaga, you can say Wachaga, we had the Hehe, we had the Wasukuma and Sukuma. All of these had decentralized, they were decentralized communities where power was not vested in one person, it was given to a group. Okay, like the clan would have a council of elders, the chiefs, and so many others. Now, what were the roles of the clan leaders, or these leaders of decentralized societies? One, they were political leaders of their clans. That was the first role of the clan leaders. Two, they led their subjects to war. As I told you, my friend, traditionally expansion was by evasion, by evasion or attacking the nearby communities. Are we there? So it was the duty of the leaders to lead their subjects into a war. Then they performed religious ceremonies and rituals on behalf of their clans. You know, they have ceremonies like children naming, like circumcision, and so many others. So it was, those functions were officiated by the clan leaders. They also settled disputes among the members in their communities. So when you had misunderstandings, fights, the clan leaders would call you, and they help you to settle your issues amicably. They also advised and guided the rest of their clan members. And lastly, they punished any of their subjects who misbehaved. Whoever misbehaved was given a suitable punishment. So these were some of the duties or responsibilities of the clan leaders. Okay? Those people who headed the different clans in their communities. Now, I have just singled out one chiefdom in Uganda, and that was Busoga chiefdom. The title that was given to the chief of Busoga was Kyabazinga, and Busoga now is a kingdom. So the king, the title given to the king of Busoga is Kyabazinga. Now, I have singled out one Kyabazinga, and this was known as Kyabazinga Kadumbula Wilberforce Nadiope. This gentleman was the Kyabazinga of Busoga at the time Uganda got its independence. That was in 1962. Now, he mobilized his people to support the struggle for independence. Remember, by that time, Ugandans were disunited, basing on tribes, basing on regions. So what he did in eastern Uganda, he mobilized Busoga and the people in the east to support the struggle for independence. And he later became the first Uganda's vice president. So the first vice president of Uganda was known as Kyabazinga Kadumbula Wilberforce Nadiope. Are we there? And the current Kyabazinga of Busoga is His Majesty William Wilberforce Gabula Nadiope the fourth is my Kyabazinga. His Majesty William Wilberforce Gabula Nadiope IV is the current Chabazinga of Busoga. Now, my friends, semi-candidates, allow me come to an end of my lesson, and I have a package for you, just 4 numbers. Answer them very well, and see me as I see you. We meet in the next lesson.